channel, Heavy on the Hairs. We got another episode coming at y'all, and
yes, welcome back. If you've been here before, if you have not been here before, welcome. Don't forget to subscribe so you can get these videos as they come.
what we jumping into today?
Today we're going to be talking about the keys the keys to a healthy relationship. We are not experts, but we've been in a relationship
Speak
for
for
a long
yourself.
time.
I'm an expert. I don't know what the hell you talking about.
Anywho,
Whatever she's talking about, I am an
anywho.
expert. So listen to me. All right, check this out. No, jokingly. I say our keys because every relationship is unique in its own. What works for us, what has worked for us up to this point, what we'll continue to build on to go 20 years plus.
So what he said, this is what works for us. You could try to apply it to your relationship. Maybe it'll work for you if there's something that you're not doing. We just hope there's something that you could take away from what we say that'll help to make your relationship a little bit healthier.
Because I'm an expert. I don't know what she's talking about. So,
I'm not an expert.
Basically, for me, my biggest thing is communication. Specifically, my biggest thing and the things that I had to work on initially. What? What you say?
I said, oh yeah.
Oh, don't be trying to be funny.
I'm not trying to be funny.
All right. No, good. Okay. Yeah.
Continue.
But seriously, though, I really did. I had to work on that. I've come a long way when I'm like really like far from where I need to be, but compared to where I started, you know what I mean? I'm gonna pat myself on the back for that. But thank you. Because I was really horrible, bro. Like I was horrible. I'm still bad, honestly. I'm not even gonna fake it, G.
I'm bad. You're not that bad.
I literally the one thing I said, like when you get to yours, one of yours is not mine because I purposely won't say stuff to like prevent from the even idea of it turning into an argument because I don't even want it, like, you feel me? Like I don't want to even go down that route. So to prevent from that even ever happening, a lot of stuff I just swallow and just won't say it, and you know that can be detrimental. I try to internalize things as much as possible and just understand that, you know, that's what it is in this moment. This doesn't mean that she don't love me or like, you know, whatever. Like you could try to trick yourself into thinking when you get in your feelings about something. You know, I'm really good about like talking myself off a ledge about stuff, like, you know.
So communication with your partner or communication with yourself? Because you're not explaining communication with me.
No, I am. I'm saying like to communicate things like in general, not even just communication, just to communicate everything, like the way you feel, the way things made you feel, like communicate your intent. That thing is important. That drives everything for us specifically because I think a lot of things, the things that go unsaid sometimes can turn into bigger situations than what they really are. Yeah. So
mainly because you could say something and I can think that you, or not say something and I'm just assuming how you feel. Yeah, like, so, and you're basically, if you don't communicate, you're leaving it up to your partner to have to figure out what the heck you're feeling.
That's why I'm speaking.
And then they're going to go and be mad based on how you're feeling. And you might not even really feel that way. So it's like a really big waste of time. So don't do this, y'all. We've done the work for y'all, okay? At this point, y'all getting it
I still a lot of
for
work,
free.
Though. Because like I said, I really don't.
Learn from our mistakes. Please.
Yeah, but I mean, that's the main thing for me. Yeah. That's number one for me.
But also, I'm sorry to interrupt, but also it's not just about communication. It's about how you communicate and absolutely. When you communicate, okay?
I'll elaborate on that because that's a good point.
Yes.
Elaborate on it.
Because, okay, my main thing for communication in a relationship is you want to find the right time to communicate, I guess. The right time for both parties to communicate. Not just when you want to communicate, not just when they want to communicate. You got to figure out a time that's best for both of y'all so that the communication can be done effectively. So, if you get mad about something, right? And you don't say anything about it, right? And then I get mad about something, and now all of a sudden you want to be mad and tell me why you was mad 3 days ago. It don't work like that.
Why?
Because now instead of focusing on one problem, like, hey, I'm mad at you for this. Yeah. You're like, oh, you mad at me for this? Oh, well, I'm mad at you for that. And it's that, like, how are you going to get anywhere with that?
And, you know,
so if you feel something in that moment, it don't even have to be in that moment. You can sleep on it for a day or two, then communicate it on your time. But don't try to communicate something when somebody's already upset about something else, like to rebuttal it or to, like, you know what I'm saying, make their situation seem smaller than what it was, because if you really cared about it that much, you would have communicated it before. But when you do it while somebody else is trying to communicate like their feelings to you, it kind of seems like very opportunistic.
The main thing, you're right. One of the main things I had to learn, and which I'm still kind of trying to I'm in the process of working with this, is realizing that communicating doesn't mean arguing.
No.
I could say something speak my piece about whatever it is, you know what I mean? It don't even really necessarily got to be nothing that I'm that upset about, but
yeah.
I could just speak my piece. And the way that my mind works is that, or it used to, especially when I was younger, is that this is ultimately I'm going to get to the end result. Where we going? This is going to eventually get to this. So let's just get to this point. You know what I mean? Let's skip all these steps. We're going to eventually get to going back and forth.
Work like that.
Yeah, so, I had to kind of get out of that frame of mind, but that's where that comes from. Me thinking well, if I say this, it'll be an argument, so I won't say it. And then it'll be one of those things where I'm all right, I bit my tongue to avoid the argument. Why you didn't bite your tongue to avoid the argument? And that's where, you know what I'm saying, that's kind of, but going back to my original point, you kind of got to get out of the frame of mind of biting your tongue to save an argument, because it's not an argument. She could speak about something and not bring it to me, even if she's upset about it, not bring it to me in an argumentative way. And I don't have to perceive it as her being argumentative.
Well, I can, but it took some years for me to be able to do that.
Yes.
So, pat me on the back.
Amen.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Because,
Okay.
I'm still here, though, It wasn't too bad.
Where else would you be? Anyway. So that brings me to my next point, which is choose your battles, which kind of seems a little bit contradicting to what he just said, because he said don't bite your tongue. But sometimes it's okay to bite your tongue. Please choose your battles, because everything is not worth arguing over. It's really not. In the grand scheme of things, when you finish an argument, sometimes you're left thinking was that even was there even a point? Or few days go by and you don't even remember. If a couple days go by and you have no idea what y'all just argued about,
what we talking about what originally started it?
Yes. Now y'all arguing about something that happened 7 years
ago.
It's
10 different things y'all arguing about.
It's bro, let it go. Okay.
Ooh,
if it happened 7 years ago, just it was 7 years ago. Okay. Let's just if y'all decided to get past it, let's just move past it and don't bring it up every time you argue, because I used to do that all the time. Yeah. Okay. Every argument was about stuff that happened a long time ago, and it wasn't even anything serious. It was very stupid. So choose your battles wisely, because I just feel once you bring up stuff and then y'all argue about it, you've wasted that time where y'all could have been spending loving on each other.
And who wouldn't want to love on you? I don't want to argue with you. I want to love you. All right. No, I actually do agree with that, even though everything even if it's something that you want to bring up to your partner, you can kind of, you know who you dealing with. You know what I mean? I say all the time, I know who I'm married to. You know what I mean? It's certain things I know I can't say. And that's that. I think that goes in line with choosing your battles. Certain things I know I can't say. It's certain things I know I can't do. Because I know if I say this, I know I'm going to do this. And this is what comes with it. This is, you know what I mean? So, yeah, that goes a long way. I agree with what you're saying, with the choose your battle thing.
Also, one other point about communication is even if you do, so if your communication, like he said, a communication does not have to be an argument. But if it leads to an argument, that does not mean that you guys are not still on the same team, okay? Just because we're arguing does not mean we're not on the same team. So we're not arguing and then, now we are against each other and now we're about to hurt each other, okay?
How long did
you still love each other. So communicate with love. Just because you don't just like me right now does not mean you can't ask me if I'm hungry, okay?
So
because I am, and I still want to eat.
In the middle of the argument, I got to stop and ask you if you want a sandwich.
Am I still alive?
You want to
I got to eat?
I'm just saying.
Yes.
That's a good way to end an argument, too.
Probably, if it's the right thing that you're gonna feed me.
I'm just saying.
I really like.
Oh, I got it. Whew.
So it's like, yeah, I used to say like, you don't have to act like you don't like me, or you don't.
No, yeah,
you
I
don't
remember
love
that.
me.
I was just about to
You
say,
can
like,
still
how long
love
did
me
it
and
take
be
for
mad
us to
at
get
me.
to that point?
Yeah,
Because
you can still, not us, you. You can still love me and be mad at me. I could be mad at you and still love you and be like, hey, I was just checking on you, making sure you're good. Even though we argued before you left the house, I can still call you.
oh,
And be
okay,
like,
no,
are you okay?
that you were big on. You taught me about that. I give
Yeah.
you that. I give you that because I'm like, if it's up, it's up. It's up, yo. You know what I mean? And
Don't get me wrong, I could be that way too, but I've had life experiences that have taught me that you might not see that person tomorrow. So let's just try to act like we
love each other,
like we know that.
Like so you taught me that.
Yeah.
You taught me how to love. I know what music was talking about now.
I love that song.
No, you
Anyway.
really did. I'm gonna give you credit for that because that's not something that like I focused on. Like having to work through because when you dealing with in a relationship that you are like a long hard relationship, you gotta endure it. Like you're gonna be like fire mad sometime, and you gotta like look at that person and look past that, like all the like emotions that come with anger and all that type of stuff, and be willing to move past that. And like you helped me like take the steps to get there. Seriously.
Thank you.
All right.
It was for my own benefit. Anyway, so
that's funny.
So also to piggyback off of that, I'm doing a lot of piggybacking obviously.
Yeah, you is.
I lost my train of thought. Oh, wait, what were we just talking about? You said
something about the pigs back.
Oh, Jamal. Oh. What the? Oh my gosh. Oh. Okay. Also, get on my nerves. Don't be afraid to teach your partner how to love you and how you want to be loved, and to set boundaries and standards for what they need to do.
You're dropping gems tonight, shorty. Word up.
Thank you.
That was a word.
I'm trying to help y'all.
Because seriously though, everybody has to be loved differently.
Yes, just because you want to be loved a certain way does not mean they want to be loved that way.
Exactly.
But also, what you're going to do is you're going to teach that person how to talk to you. You're going to teach that person how to respect you. Mm-hmm. You have to teach people these things because some people come from different backgrounds. They don't know, the last person that they were with maybe had different expectations. So you have to set those expectations for your relationship and say, hey, hold up. Okay, you talk to me this way. I'm not going to let you do that. You're not going to talk to me like that.
You was in your Jada bag tonight, yo. Let's go.
What's wrong with you?
No, I'm just saying.
I'm being serious.
No,
you cannot just let people, run all over you. Not saying that he does. What I'm trying to say is like, when you came into the relationship, I feel like you had more of a single mindset as far as like caring about emotions and, I guess maybe you didn't have to do that much before. I don't know. But I had to set in and be like, hey, this is not how I am.
I felt like, no, you're right. I felt like we both had to do that. I felt we both had, and specifically me, I had to, because I don't know, the previous relationship, I was a little scarred about the previous relationship that I was in and how it ended. And like the terms, how we ended up like linking up. I don't know, it was just a lot. And then the relationship was different. And then our relationship, because it was meant to be grown into a marriage, was different. That's a completely different process. Like,
yeah, that's true.
It is. It's just a completely different like relationship. It's a different, like, it's levels to relationship. Mm-hmm. And like when you are in a relationship that's meant to be a long lasting relationship, that's gonna come with like, it's kind of like I equated it to like God is like a teacher. You feel me? Like you in the classroom. Marriage is like
in the classroom. Sorry. Oh, sorry. So you were being serious.
You know what I'm saying? You're so childish.
Okay.
But yeah, like marriage is like the final exam or whatever. Like, or like, you know what I mean? To know that you gonna be ready for this final exam, you gotta pass all these tests the whole semester. Like, you're not just gonna, you know what I'm saying? Or like, well, I kind of said it wrong. Like, marriage is like graduation. That's not.
Just scratch the whole point because he don't
marriage
know.
No, that's what I said. I mean, marriage is like graduation, but you got to go through all of these tests just to graduate. You're not gonna, you know what I'm saying? You're not gonna be able to graduate. Like, so we had to go through some real tests, like, some real tests, and I had to learn how to be selfless. I wasn't really selfless ever in the relationships, like the relationships that I had prior to this one.
It was very obvious.
Yeah. I thought that I was being like a good boyfriend. I wasn't.
You probably weren't.
I was horrible. Looking back on, like, you know what I mean? I thought that I was, like, I guess just because, like, I always had my own place and, like, I could cook and stuff like that. Just, like, stuff that didn't really matter. I mean, it matters, but grand scheme of things, as far as, like, how you're treated and the way the person that you with makes you feel, it didn't matter at all.
Yeah.
You know, so I was bad, and I had to learn how to not be that bad. You know.
And you got there, so we're good. The next key is
trust.
Sure. Trust.
If I don't trust you, what we doing? If I can't trust you, what we doing? Like, you used to say stuff like, you know, you don't care that I'm doing woo-woo? Like, no. Like, literally, if I ever had the inkling that I couldn't trust, like, what you was doing, I couldn't be in this. You know what I'm saying? That was one of my prerequisites. I'm not going to worry about being able to trust you, bro. Like, I'm just not.
Yeah, like, I don't want to have to, like, go through your phone and be like, you know,
nobody got time for that.
I don't. So, trust is very, 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 very big. If you do not trust the person that you with, and you're not trying to work on trusting them, just let it go. Because it's no point. It's inevitable, unfortunately. Sometimes every now and then I'm like, I want to make sure my trust is warranted, you know? I don't know if that makes sense.
But... No, I do. But I mean, I don't ever go through that.
Yeah,
but...
I know. Because, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm a woman, but.
Yeah,
whatever. Don't do it. I feel like some people, it's just hard to trust people sometimes. Like, you know, depending on the background you came from, you know, like I said, previous relationships, maybe you were a person that got cheated on a lot, and it's like you kind of bring that into your next relationship. So along with trust, just make sure that it's not because of what you experienced in your past relationship. Make sure it's something the person actually did, and don't kind of punish them for the previous person's mistakes. So yeah, trust is very big. It's pretty self-explanatory. Trust your partner unless they give you a reason not to, and then figure out where to go from there.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
The main thing, honestly, for me, because this was specifically one of my keys, is just the ability to love unconditionally, which is another thing that you kind of like highlighted for me about the importance.
Let's hold on. I think I need a teacher's fee or something, because I feel like I taught you a lot of stuff. I practically.
I've never. Nah. I mean, you know what? Keep it real. You joking about that?
I'm just kidding.
No, you joking about that. But I'm never gonna like not give you your credit for like helping me get to this point. I'm never gonna not give you that credit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because I would have never got here. I was my mind, the way I thought about women, specifically the way I value women, has changed since I met you. And like, I don't know. It's really wild. I feel like I'm just pumping your head full of gas this episode. Like,
it's like here. You don't see it getting bigger? It's okay. It's okay to do.
Battles. It's one of them.
Pump your lady head up, okay? Pump her head up, okay?
No, but seriously though.
Happy wife, happy life.
You got me here. And the fact that you don't really have that mentality.
What?
Is really
happy wife, happy life?
Yes.
Oh,
you're not really a happy wife, happy life. I mean,
I'm happy life, happy wife-esque. Yeah, but not like, you know.
It's not like if I ain't happy, ain't nobody happy.
No.
Which I love that about.
I mean, happy wife, happy life, sure, but like, don't you want your husband to be happy too? Like,
yeah, I'm mad at you.
Of course you matter to me. I want you to be happy, because when you're happy, I'm happy.
That was the moment. All right. So, no, but seriously though, yeah, like to be able to love unconditionally, that's important.
Yeah.
Because you're just gonna go through stuff that your partner gonna piss you off. She makes me mad all the time. I ain't gonna say all the time.
Y'all don't believe that.
She'll make me mad all the time. No, but I do get easily annoyed. Not make me mad. She rarely makes me mad. But she does annoy me. But it ain't just like
who don't I annoy?
I mean, no, it ain't specific to you. It's just I'm literally one of them people that like I'm bad. Like I get annoyed really fast.
He's
like,
very dramatic. Anyways,
dramatic. Kids annoy me. So everybody, the world annoys me. Life annoys me. It ain't like a personal thing, right? But just to be able to get through it, and even when I do get mad, like she was saying, like to be able to like act like you still love me, like you brought that, like, you know, the unconditional love thing is important, because without that, if that's there, everything else is gonna fall into place. If you just flat out love somebody, you're gonna do whatever. You're gonna make it work. You're gonna talk about it to the extent you need to talk about it. You're gonna like do whatever you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? So
that's true.
Those are my biggest keys.
Yes, relationships are easier when all those things are in place. So if you are struggling with those things, I would say get on board, do some research, have conversations, have the uncomfortable conversations.
That's a good point.
Because those are the ones that get you through the rough times, because then you know for next time what to expect.
Yeah.
So have the uncomfortable conversations. Like, I don't like confrontation, so I used to avoid uncomfortable conversations. But the older I've gotten, I'm like, let's just talk about it. Let's just do it. And that's in every aspect of my life, not just my relationships with anybody, like work relationships, best friends, whatever. Communicate with them, please. Like, it can just solve all of your problems. I feel like every argument is always like a miscommunication. Always a miscommunication.
Like ours?
Every argument is a miscommunication.
Oh, 100%. That's why I said everything. Like, it's communication and the unconditional love thing was really all like, that was it for me. I don't have like a lot, like specifically in our relationship. Everything stems from communication or lack thereof, like she just said. Everything.
Yeah.
So. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. You got anything else for this episode? You want to tell the people how much you love me since I pumped your head up?
Stop making them think I don't ever tell you how much I love you.
You do all the time.
Okay.
I ain't saying that. I'm just saying, like, we did a lot of, like...
You're acting a little thirsty.
No, we did a lot of Gas and Brittany this episode. Can we...
Okay.
You know?
You taught me...
I like to let it, too.
How to...
Oh, wow. Never mind, because it just seems funny.
No, it's not.
It is what it is, though.
You didn't let me finish.
All right, go ahead. My bad.
Basically, you taught me how to trust. I mean, we've already talked about trust, but before I didn't really trust anybody. I actually didn't trust you. To be completely transparent, I didn't trust you at all.
I know. I was there for it.
Not based off of anything you did to me, but based off of things I know you did in your past. Because sometimes, you know, people operate based off of how they operate in the past. But also sometimes people can change. It is possible. I know a lot of people don't think it's possible. And maybe not everybody's going to change. But change is very possible in people. People change. People get older. We are not the same 21 and 5-year-old we were when we met.
I was 25, right?
Yeah, you were turning 26, but you were 25. We're not the same 21, 25-year-old we were when we met. So we both have done a lot of growing, but you taught me how to trust, for sure, because I just,
You was bad.
Yeah, I was horrible.
You were. I'm glad you could admit it. You were horrible. Like,
oh my gosh, I used to be so toxic. We both used to be toxic, but we ain't toxic no more.
Nah.
Put it there. Because, I mean, goodness. We used to be toxic.
Nah, for real, for real.
Okay? And I don't even just mean to each other. I mean to other people in our past.
It was bad.
Toxic. Bad. But, you know, growth.
Amen for that.
Also, I wouldn't say this other thing is something that you taught me. I would say it's something that you more so showed me. What?
Nothing.
Anyways, what the heck is your problem? What are you thinking?
No, go ahead.
It's nothing nasty.
No.
Oh, my mind went there.
Yeah. Anyway. See what you thinking about? Let's go.
Anyway, so...
I support it, by the way.
Oh my gosh, of course you do. Basically, you taught me that fathers are necessary. Like, I never thought fathers were necessary before you.
Yeah, which is wild.
Like, not necessary, but like vital, you know, to me. Maybe not to everybody. It's just my perspective because of my experiences. It was just not a thing for me. And then you showed me that they're very important in, you know, your lives, your children's lives. And it's very important to have a strong Black father, a strong father in general, but just in my scenario, you Black, a strong Black father in your life. So yeah, you showed me that, and then you just showed me what it's like to have somebody that is gonna stick with you no matter what. And that is very hard to find. And you will find it, but it's gonna take some time. But you'll find it. You'll find the person that's there for you, and the person that is for you, they will stick by you. And you know, through your crazy, through your any kind of whatever.
I stuck through the crazy.
I stuck through the crazy too.
I'm just saying.
Whatever.
Why would I not? You know? Of course I'm gonna stick by you.
You gonna stick beside me?
Always. That's it. We done?
Unless you wanna make love. I'm just kidding.
That concludes today's festivities.
That is it.
Yeah.
Of course, we could elaborate all day on keys to a healthy relationship, but those are just the main keys to our relationship that kind of got us where we are today.
Remember that it's us.
Yes.
Like, you feel me? We ain't talking about no blueprint for everybody. This
Yeah.
ain't no, like, one fits all, because relationships don't even work like that.
Yeah. So this is what works for us. So hopefully, maybe it works for you. Maybe hopefully you could take something from this video. No, bite it, because we need more love in the world. It's too much hate. Let's spread love. So why are you laughing?
Because I just instantly thought about the dude from 40-year-old version. You know,
I'm done.
It's about love, connection.
I can't,
bro. That's one funny move there. All right, go ahead.
Thank you for watching us. We appreciate
Thank
it.
y'all,
Of course, we're new to this, but we're having a lot of fun doing it. So we just want to say that we appreciate all of our subscribers. Even if you're not subscribing, you just took the time to watch the video. Thank you. But you should subscribe. You should subscribe. You should do it. I know you're thinking that you should. So just go ahead. Press the button.
It's only a button, G.
It's only a button. Like, it's just a button. Like, what's a button?
Yeah.
So go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see y'all next time.
Heat and 5.